Hello world, welcome back to the conversation. Giving, giving, giving. People often mistake what it means to be a giver. And I'm not talking in the sense of you giving everything away, because you can't give anything if your cup is empty. You have to make sure that your cup is full before you can give anything. But giving in the sense of not looking for anything in return, giving because you know that it's the right thing to do, giving because you want to and you feel like you should be, and giving also that person can feel a sense of joy, a sense of light that you brought to their life. And they also in turn want to give to someone else, because with giving you're always receiving. It may not be in the same exact way that you've given, but it will be something reciprocated. Something will come back and something will add more value to your life because you are in turn a giver. And we go through life trying to hoard everything, trying to keep it all in, trying to, if we get it, keep it. Don't give it to anybody, because you know what? This is important. For me, if you get anything of importance, and if you get anything divine, if you get anything that you can give to someone else, I think it should be given. I think that we attach ourselves too often to material things. We attach ourselves too often to, what we do for a living, or we attach ourselves too often to, that condo, or we attach ourselves too often to always being in that spot when we need to be there on time. We've lost focus of what giving means. It's once you've received something, once you've gotten something divine, once you have something of value, that in turn should be, given to someone else through service. It doesn't mean giving everything away, obviously, but it means giving when you can and how you can. Sometimes you can only give a smile. Sometimes you can only give a note. There was this one instance where my mother was very, very sick, and she was going through this situation, and I'm an empath. I can feel people's energy, and I know what needs to be done to make them feel better about any sort of situation. It's just innate for me. And there was a situation where I knew that she wasn't feeling her best, and obviously I didn't have much to give because I was a kid, but I did actively every single day. I would put like a note in her car in the morning before she went to work, just to let her know, hey, I'm thinking about you. Today's gonna be great. Just move yourself forward. I didn't know what I was doing. I was a kid. I just knew that my mom was sad and I wanted to make her happy. And that's the only way I could do it. But in that, it was giving. It was giving more of myself as a person. It was showing her that, hey, there are people out here that are thinking about you, even when you aren't at your best. I still review you as the best. So the smallest thing helps. Giving a smile, like I mentioned before, is something that people often take for granted. A smile creates another smile. So if you're on the street, and I was always taught through yoga, through meditation, through the different things that I practice in my life, to say, namaste. Namaste is one of those things where you respect another person's soul, and it's silent. It's nothing that you have to yell out when you see anyone, but it is something that when you look someone in the eye and you see their souls, you namaste. You receive them, you accept them for who they are, and you respect them, and you show them love. And it's simple, it's quiet, it's easy, and you go on about your day. Every person I come into contact with and I look them in the eyes, I'm always saying namaste, because those things are important. Giving more so than receiving. Different cultures, different religions, different sect of people, just in general, have different versions of giving. And through this conversation, I'd like to know how you give. Like, what do you give? Like, how can you give at this point? Like, what have you given lately? How have you helped someone else in a way where you haven't respected anything in return? I want to know. I honestly want to know. This is a question that I'm asking. How are you giving in your life today? And in turn, when you are giving, what feeling do you get when you can give someone something and you know that it instantly made them happy, instantly made them smile? What feeling do you feel? That feeling should be constant, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to be, givers. And if we're a world of givers, then somebody's always getting something. How cool is that? If we're all connected anyway, then that just adds more power to it. I encourage you to be a giver. Go out there, give what you have when you can, but always remember to make sure that your cup is full before you give out anything else. Because if you're continuously giving and you're not harnessing, anything, then you're going to deplete your supply. Giving what you can when you can and how you can do it. And that's the important part. And that also goes with, discovering who you are. Really getting to that point where you can give what you can and be okay with giving this, because this is all I have. And that's just being honest with yourself. You can't skip the steps. Like, you have to really do the work on yourself first, and then you can start to accept, then you can start to move forward, then you can start to get to the next level, because everything builds upon itself. In this life, I think that every single day we have to actively work on ourselves, work on our life, work on what's happening with us, work on moving ourselves forward every day. Not just when you feel like it, not just when you want to, but when you don't want to. Those are the important times. When you don't have to give, that's important as well. Just don't give the same way. Give something different. Monetary is something that people readily give because it's like, okay, well, his money makes people happy. Yes, of course. But at the same time, so does conversation. And honestly, so does listening. Listening brings the most power to you, because you're allowing that person to actively be whoever they are, feel however they want to feel, and you're listening to what they're saying to you, which is very, very important in anyone's growth and on anyone's journey, because we don't listen enough in this world. We are quick to give out this and give out that and give out this and give out that, which is great, which is what we're talking about. But giving also is sometimes sitting in silence and listening to someone else. It doesn't always have to be a physical thing. It doesn't always have to be exchange of something. Giving time is one of the most important things that we give in the world, that we will never get back, that we give out so freely to people, but then we get upset when it's not reciprocated in the same way. Stop giving your time to people. If it's something that you hold important to you and it's something that you don't have to give, don't give it. I don't wear anything basically. I like being free. I'm usually like off of a run or off of a bike or doing something around here, like meditating, yoga, those different things, which require me to be shirtless, which is why I don't often wear shirts. But there is this one bracelet that I have, and it was given to me. I had this gig, and I met this person, and they had this bag of bracelets, and I like bracelets, but I like things to come to me. I don't like to actively go out and purchase it. So I was just talking about it and what it meant, and he was from Mexico, and just different things about what it brought to his life and how he made them, and just different things that went into this bracelet. And I was like, oh wow, man, this is really cool. I really like it. I think that it's amazing. I think that you're gonna, it's gonna take off for you for sure, because those things are made with quality. They're cool. You have so many different ones. Like, you have a lot. At the end of the whole conversation, what I was doing was encouraging and inspiring, and I got 2 bracelets just given to me from him. And I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Do you need any money or anything? No. He was like, no, you liked it. So in my country, it's custom, if someone likes something and you feel like they should have it, you give it to them. What? That's awesome. And that's another thing why I want to have these conversations with the masses, because you just never know how people view the world. And I've worn this bracelet. Actually, it's 2 bracelets tied together, front to back, forever. And every time I look at it, it reminds me to give what I can when I can. Stay inspired, my friends. And always remember, if you're giving, you're receiving.